Hi friends, welcome back to my channel which is Mindcoach Swati. I'm really excited to share this video with all of you guys because this is something which has really helped me change my life and to reach where I am today in my life, which is I'm going to share with you today my productivity mantra which has changed my life and helped me grow to what level I have grown up today. I'm going to share with you 10 productivity hacks which will completely change your life and you can actually apply it from today itself. So let me tell you friends, a lot of y'all, a lot of my peer coaches, a lot of my community members, a lot of my friends, colleagues, all of y'all keep asking me, Swati, how do you manage to be so productive? How do you manage to pack in so much in your 24 hours? How do you manage to take care of a full-time job along with the coaching and training business, doing so many side hustles, taking care of your children all by yourself, taking care of the house, also managing time for your friends and your family as well? How do you do all of that in the given 24 hours? So this is what I'm going to share with you today, my productivity mantra that I have used in my life over the last 5 years, which has helped me become what I am today, and I'm really happy to share all of that with you. I have decoded my pattern. Today morning, when I was sitting down to write down this script for you guys, this to record this video, I thought let me share with you the decoded pattern of what I do exactly during the day to be able to help you understand how you can be super productive. In fact, 10x your productivity just by following these little hacks. So I'm sharing with you not something which is off the shelf, like, maybe some technique or some hack. I'm sharing with you a real life situation where I will tell you what exactly I do throughout the day to be able to pack in so much work in just those 24 hours. So I urge you guys to stay put right till the end, and you can actually apply all of these hacks right from today itself in your life. Okay, so before we go ahead, you know the drill. Click on the subscribe button if you already haven't done that, and also click on the bell icon so that you can access all my videos right up front. So let's get started immediately. So the first productivity mantra that I want to share with all of you guys is the first thing that I do in the morning, which is my action-packed morning routine. Now, this is some time back, about 3-4 weeks back, I had put up a complete video on what is the action morning routine that I follow. This is something which I've been following for the last 5 years, more than 5 years now. And it's really helped me. While you may say that this is a part of life, it's a way of building discipline. And that's exactly what productivity is all about, right? If you really want to be productive, you need to have discipline in your life. And why I'm saying that my morning routine has really helped me is because there were times when I have not followed my morning routine. Now, during these years, I've upgraded my morning routine, right? I did not follow the savers technique earlier. I used to do gratitude journaling or goals writing or visualizing for some extent. But now I'm actually following the entire power packed, savers technique. You may want to go and check it out on my other video. But what I'm saying is, if I'm the day when I'm not following my morning routine, probably because I have an early morning flight, or maybe because I'm traveling, or maybe because I'm attending a class early in the morning, 6 o'clock also we have our classes. So sometimes when I don't have that morning routine for myself, you know what happens? I've realized that that day is not as productive as the other days of my life. And that's exactly why I say my morning routine, which sets me up in action, which actually puts the momentum for the day, is what is one of the key mantras for me to be super productive. Getting up early morning, doing my visualization, writing my goals, writing my gratitude journaling, going to the gym and exercising full throttle, coming back and, scribing as well, reading a book as well. So all of these things put together is really a very powerful productivity mantra for me because it gets my day started at the highest peak performance level for me. When at 10:30, when I'm opening my laptop, that's the time when I'm in full energy and I'm not feeling weak or low or confused whether I need to start my day or not. I'm completely energized and charged up because today was a day when I have done everything in the 100% spirit for my early morning routine. So my first productivity mantra for you would be follow an action power morning routine. The second productivity hack that I use is I do not remember anything. Now, don't take me wrong, that's not because of aging problem. While yeah, I actually don't remember a lot of things, and my friends and family cribs about it a lot of times, that you don't remember things that you said earlier. Why? Because I purposely don't want to remember things. I purposely don't remember things. I make sure that I document everything. That is something which I've been following for a really long time now. In fact, in school and college, people used to call me Kitabi Kida because I used to hold my notepad and my books all the time. And even in office as well, you will always find me with my notepad. Whether my laptop is there with me or not, whether I have my phone with me or not, I will always have a pen and a book in hand. And that's been one of my key productivity mantras if I really go to see today. Because you know what happens is every time I have something to scribe on, every time I learn something new, every time I have to remind myself for a task of the day, I make sure that I write it down in my notepad. I make entries in my notepad. Every time I get a new content idea, I write it down. Every time I have a assignment given to me, I write it down. Every time I have assigned something else to someone else as well. For example, I assign a task to my team member. I don't want to remember it. I write it down in my notepad, and I preferably put it on that particular day when I have to go and check back with her, so that I know that I'm checking back with her on that particular day. So when I make sure that I document everything, when I write down everything, what happens is it takes the load off my mind, which means what? I'm not utilizing my brain to remember things. Rather, I'm utilizing my brain for better things, generating new ideas. I'm not creating my brain as a dump house of ideas. I'm dumping all the ideas on the paper, and I'm generating more ideas from my brain. That's what I'm doing when I'm actually documenting everything. So that's my second biggest hack for you guys. Start documenting everything. Become that Kitabi Kida if you really want to become productive. So that takes me to my third productivity hack, which is I'm a to-do list person. Whoever knows me knows it very well that I cannot function without a to-do list. I have to have a to-do list before even starting out my work. At 10 o'clock in the morning, when I open my laptop, even before my laptop opens up, my notepad starts writing. I start writing on my notepad, which means, and everything that I'm supposed to do during the day, what meetings I'm supposed to attend, how many calls I'm supposed to do, how many assignments do I need to complete, email checking time. And I mentioned the to-do list along with the time schedule as well. Like, from this time to this time, I'm going to check my emails. From this time to this time, I'm going to record my videos, or whatever it is. Every action of the day goes into my notepad, so that I know I remember everything. And that notepad is like a command system for me. I do not shut my laptop. I do not shut my day. I do not call it off a day unless and until I do 100% of the task. So let me be very honest with you guys. That's one of the biggest mantras that I've been following in my life. I do not give myself an excuse or a benefit of doubt that, okay, today I do 90% of my task, which is okay. I'll trickle back the other task for the next day. I do not do that. It's like, it's a reverse psychology that I play with myself, that if I don't accomplish this 100% today, I will not be able to do it tomorrow as well. So for me, achieving a tick on all the activities on my to-do list before I close the day is a 100% mandate requirement, and I follow that to the T. Right? So that's something which I follow, that is a to-do list. The fourth productivity mantra is I have started to batch activities. Now, this is something which is for all my peer coaches or everyone who's a content creator. A lot of y'all keep asking me that, how do you create your videos? How do you curate your content? When do you get the time? So this is what I do. I batch all the activities. Earlier I used to do videos and content on the go, but that became a little overwhelming for me, because obviously, you can't keep recording every time. You can't come back from office and get in front of your camera and start recording, or you can't sit and write down content every single day. So what I did was I started to batch activities. If I'm sitting down on a weekend, generally weekend is my content curation and content recording time as well, right? So I sit down, I curate the content for the entire week. I curate the post, the videos, the hashtags, the caption, description, everything is ready. I have a planner wherein I have the entire content ready for the entire week. And I make sure that I also, record the videos also generally over the weekend only, because during the weekdays, we don't have that much time, right? Sometimes I record shorter videos during the evening hours, the reels, etc. I kind of record that on the go, but mostly, most of my activities are batched activities. That gives me, a more time and momentum. So when you're actually sitting down and recording 5-6 videos together, in half an hour, you've done like the reels for the entire week. That's how the fast you can do your work. If you're, for example, if I'm recording 2 videos for long form YouTube videos for the week, that's maximum I will take is 40-45 minutes to record the 2 videos and put it out there. I mean, obviously the editing etc will probably take a little longer time, but yes, what I'm trying to say is when I batch activities, the momentum is faster, I utilize less time, and I can actually pack in a lot of stuff in that given time as well. I do the same thing not only for content creation but for everything else as well. For example, whenever I have to check my emails, I do it on time slots of the day, not like every time. I'll not be on my emails all the day. During time slots, I check my emails. If I have to make calls to people, for example, we have these team meets calls, etc., I will batch those calls also, one after the other, rather than putting one at 11 o'clock, putting the other at 2 o'clock, the third one at 4 o'clock. I try to batch them together so that I finish off with all my calls and then move on to something else. That's something which I do so that I get more time in hand, I get more done in less time, and I'm able to focus on one particular type of activity by batching those activities. The next productivity hack that I have started to do for quite some time now is automation. Now, this is something which has really helped me a lot and made my life much more easier. The day when I started to automate everything, I realized that I have so much more time in hand. Earlier I used to, those broadcast messages or those emails or those WhatsApp messages, I used to literally send individually to people. I was such a fool. I used to do that literally. But now I have an automation system for everything. I have an automation system for my SMS broadcast, for my WhatsApp broadcast, for my email broadcast. I have an automation system for my social media planning. I have an automation system for my content curation as well. Yes, I use automation softwares like ChatGPT, Google Bard, Midjourney a lot frequently, and I make sure that I really automate my stuff to make to implement things faster and quicker rather than spending hell lot of time in those trivial activities. In fact, one of the other things that I also follow is, which I've been doing for a long time now, is I use the delegation methodology as well. Not everything is supposed to be done by me. I have realized that a long time back. So things which can be delegated at work, at home, in my business, I delegate it very efficiently to people. I inform what is supposed to be done, I train them what's supposed to be done, and I delegate it to them. So that way is what happens is I'm really getting time to focus on my core job, on my core work, which is building ideas, curating content, working on my marketing strategy. Even at office, I get more time for my work rather than small not so important activities. So the art of automation and delegation has really helped me a long way, because it's really helped me compact all my unnecessary time and actually spend it in worthwhile energies and worthwhile activities. The next thing that I do for my productivity is I try to put everything on my calendar. So everything, as in all the appointments, all the scheduled calls, even my inner circle weekly calls, my hackathons that I run with my community members, my one-to-one calls that I do with my clients, my office calls as well, which I have during the day. All of those I try to put it in a calendrical format, and every time I just open up my calendar, whenever I try to take an appointment beforehand, I try to open up my calendar and see where are the blind spots or see where are the free spots for me. Only then I will pick up the appointment, or I'll take more work if I have the time and available for me, because that gives me a very visual cue. If I have to look at 1 month in advance, if I'm getting some assignment and I take it, I just readily say yes because I want to take it, and I'm not able to furnish that, it'll really go on a wrong note, right? I mean, it'll not go a very good way if I'm not being professional enough to acknowledge that. So a calendrical format for all my appointments, all my all my activities and all my tasks really gives me a lot of ease in managing my work, whether it's my office work, my personal work, as well as my business work. So I kind of put everything in a calendar, and every time I want to check something, I just open up my calendar and here there is. Yeah. The 7th productivity hack is very critical. While I am a disciplined person, I try to put everything as per the timeline and manage my time, manage my life according to the time given. But one thing I don't do is I do not jail myself. I am a strong believer that when you jail yourself, when you kind of restrict yourself and prohibit yourself for doing certain things in life, what happens is your body and your mind will bounce back. and it will want more of it. That happens. We are curious human beings. If we ask our child not to go for drugs or any kind of alcoholism, they will be more curious to do that, and they will fall prey of that, right? That's exactly what happens to us adults as well. If we are jailing ourselves of something, whether it's good diet or whether it's Netflix or whether it's the favorite thing that you want to do, if you're jailing yourself, restricting yourself, you will then bounce back after a week or 10 days or 1 month, whatever it is. So what I do when I say I don't jail myself is I sometimes like to be in the fantasy world. I'm not a very TV person. I don't watch media too much, but yes, sometimes during the day I try to catch up on some Netflix channels. Not completely, because I know that I will tend to binge watch then. So what I do is only when I have my dinner or my lunch time, for 15-20 minutes during the lunch and 15-20 minutes during the dinner time, I sit here and I have my television on, and I only put on the actual scene that I want to see. So generally I'm a big Shah Rukh Khan fan. So generally all those videos that I want to watch, just to take me off my normal routine work, take me into a fantasy world and then bounce back again. So that's like a rejuvenation time for me as well. It's like a little refreshing time for me. That 15 minutes gives me a little breather for the entire day. So I do that. I do not jail myself. That's just one example, but yes, I do that. In fact, for eating habits also, I do not jail myself. I eat everything possible, try to avoid junk though, but yeah, I eat everything possible under the sun. I do not jail myself, but the only thing is I restrict. I make sure that I follow portions and I follow a particular time schedule. Yeah. That brings me to my 8th productivity hack, which is rejuvenation or refreshment in your life is very important. This is something which I realized that, you can't be a machine. Your body is not a machine. Your mind is not a machine. You can't be working through and through all the time, 7 days of a week, 24/7, 365 days a year. If you do that, you will only drain yourself. You'll exhaust yourself. Your battery will be out. So what I do, and that's exactly how I make sure that I spend some time with my family, with my children, with my friends. Over the weekend, I spend some time, if not the entire weekend, but I make sure that I spend some time to rejuvenate myself, to refresh myself, just to be in the moment, enjoy being with my loved ones, and just to refresh myself again. So whatever I do, I go out for a drive, or I go out for a dinner, or go partying with my friends. I love dancing, so I do that as well a lot of times. So whatever I do in those 2, 3, 4 hours, I just make sure that I rejuvenate for the entire week and I come back refreshed. So maybe not a long holiday or a vacation of sorts, but yeah, this is something which really helps me be productive, because if I don't do that, I know my mind is going to drain me out completely, right? So I do that little bit of rejuvenation for myself. This 9th hack that I'm going to share with you is actually really helped me 10x or 20x my productivity mantra. This is something which I was always running away from, but thanks to NLP practice and thanks to a lot of visualization that I do, I have started doing meditation for a long time now. Meditation has really helped me a lot. While they say meditation is to calm your body and not to speeden the process, but for me it's really helped me to speeden the process. Why? I'll tell you why. Because meditation, for me, a person like me, I'm hyperactive. I'm always up to something. I'm wandering. My mind is also wandering all the time. So when I meditate, even for 10-15 minutes during the morning, what happens is helps my mind and body to calm down. It gets me into a rhythm. It gets me to balance myself. It gets me to get balanced with the environment as well and acknowledge whatever I have. That's something which has really helped me a lot. When I do meditation, I am by myself. I am just understanding. I'm not doing anything. I'm not reflecting on any thoughts. I'm just at peace with myself. Now that peace and patience helps me throughout the day, not to panic, not to be jumpy, not to be over hyper, not to become overwhelmed with thoughts, because during the day you have so many things coming up. Life is reckless. It does not it's not merciful, right? So it gives you a lot of troubles, but your meditation practice really keeps you grounded, really keeps you patient and at peace all the time. So that's something which has really helped me, and I promote that extensively to everyone. Whatever age group you are, you must meditate. And that brings me to my last productivity hack, which has also worked wonders for me. I always keep talking about it, that having an accountability partner really is 100% miraculous thing. If you really have a good accountability partner, you can achieve great heights in your life. And thanks to me, thanks to my mentors and thanks to my accountability partners, I'm really able to capitalize on all of them. For example, my gym accountability partner, I have a gym buddy, and because of her, I go to the gym every single day, and I make sure that I'm fit and running and up to the mark. For example, during my ICF coaching days, my NLP coaching days, I've had some really, really good buddies with me, my accountability partners, due to whom I have been able to achieve my ICF certification in less than half the time that generally other people do, right? For example, right now, the kind of mentors that I'm working with, the kind of accountability partners that I'm working with, I have been able to expedite my success ratio more than 3 times as compared to what other people do, just because I have an accountability partner. I am accountable to someone and someone is accountable to me. They have the right to ask me, question me if I'm not following the right track. And that's something which really goes a long way, guys. In fact, that's exactly why I started my 21-day challenge as well, and just completed that last month with one batch. And that's something which is, all the batches that I've done in 21-day challenge, everyone seems to say the same thing, that just by having Swati, you as an accountability partner, I'm able to achieve so much more in these 21 days, and that becomes a part of my life. So now again, I'm starting my 21-day challenge from 1st of July. So I urge all of you guys who really want to up your productivity game, who really want to maximize your productivity, who really want to do miraculous things in your life, come join my productivity 21-day challenge. Whatever is your task, you will be able to achieve it with me being your accountability partner in the next 21 days. So that brings me to the end of this video, guys. I have shared with you 10 productivity hacks, my productivity mantra that can change your life and that will change your life, because it has certainly changed my life. So I want to hear from you. If you are able to follow all these productivity mantras, do let me know in the comments below which of the mantras you're going to follow right from today itself, because I'm sure if you do that, you'll come back to me and thank me that yes, it has really worked for you. Okay, I want to see your comments, and if you like my video, please go ahead and share this video with all your friends and family. Everyone must know how to be super productive in life. So wonderful, guys. Have a super day ahead. I will come back next time with some more interesting videos. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.